proven over and over and over and over again. I don't want, like I said, get too sciencey, but there's a study that was done at LSU, and they said the factor, 10,000 people can take Protandim, and 9,999 will get the same results. Is that good enough for you? That's what LSU said. Okay? Prescription drugs don't even need to get close to that. They don't even need to get close to that, and they can go on market. Okay? And so what we're excited about is that with a product with 5 plants, we can turn the sprinkler system on, and we can keep it on, because you're not going to stop burning calories. Because what's the only reason you stop burning calories?
Dead. You die.
You're dead. Okay? So here's a little note. Someone's asked, well, how long should I take Protandim? And my answer is, as long as you're burning calories. As long as you're burning calories, you should take Protandim. Because you're burning calories, you're creating oxidation, and you're aging, and you're getting closer and closer to the nasty diseases that you don't want. Here's another little fact. Science has proven cancer runs through my family. My grandfather died when he was 56 of cancer. So I'm very aware of what cancer can do to families. Did you know that your health future is more than 70% in your control? Only about 30% is your DNA makeup. So what your parents suffered from and the grandparents suffered from doesn't necessarily have to be what you suffered from, because of what we know today with nutrition and science. So that's why we're excited, because I think all of us here care about our health. If you say 1 to 10, where's your health? I'm sure it's pretty close to 10, right? And it gets really close to 10 when something starts to go wrong. So let me see if that next slide's the video. It might be. Yeah, so hold on one click. This video has got some age on it, okay? It's an oldie but a goodie. It's shortened down. It's an ABC primetime investigative report. And the reason I showed this video is couple-fold. One is to let you know that LifeVantage is not like some company that just opened the doors and this is something new that we don't know what or how it works. This is a company, LifeVantage, that has been leading the way in NRF2 activation, and now something called nutrigenomics. In fact, this video is from 2005, so over a decade, more than a decade, we've been researching and studying and having tremendous success with the product. That's the first thing, reason I show it. And secondly, there's some things said in this video by doctors and professors that I could never, ever, ever say. We can't say that we treat, cure, prevent, mitigate. We're not a drug company. But if you pay close attention, you're going to hear some things said.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? It sounds too good to be true.
Free radicals are a natural result of your body's metabolic processes. Under normal circumstances, your body also produces antioxidants, which neutralize free radicals and limit the damage they can do to your cells. It's a bit like having a factory in your cells that produces enough antioxidants to keep the free radicals under control. But exposure to X-rays, ozone, cigarette smoke, inflammation, air pollution, industrial chemicals, and even exercise can overwhelm the body's natural responses to free radicals, allowing them to wreak havoc on your cells and your health. Over time, the damage to your cells and DNA turns off the power in the cell's factory, reducing our ability to create antioxidants and leaving us vulnerable to premature aging and health concerns. Fortunately, science has given us the ability to turn the power back on. One recent peer-reviewed study from Washington State University calls NRF2 activation one of the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthroughs in the history of medicine.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
There we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
mentioned you heard some diseases. You guys familiar with those diseases? Yes? Very familiar, right? Maybe you're dealing with it in your family now. And so that's why we take this serious. This is something that we have witnessed change many people's lives. The product you can get from the person that invited you here. It's, as I said, 5 herbs. And the nice thing is, because we're all so spoiled now, we want it shipped to our door, and we will do that too. Okay? You don't have to go find it, search it, go find it again the next month. We will ship it right to your door. And I take something called a Vitality Stack, which is this product in the combination of a few others that I think has actually been the most exciting product we've released. It's called the Vitality Stack. If you do that, it's free shipping. Anybody like, I hardly buy anything online unless it's free shipping now. I'm so spoiled, right? So if you want free shipping, we've got that covered as well. Let me go to the next slide and just show you quickly, for those, some people, go to the next one. Some people want to know a little bit more and feel good about what they're taking. I get it. And so you'll see some of the journals that have published results. Some of you may be familiar with PubMed. If you're like me, I had no idea what that was, but just trust me, it's a big deal. And the universities that have studied Protandim. Interestingly, I'm from Louisiana, as I told you. Louisiana State is the one that studied skin cancer. So I paid attention. A little bit of the homeboy thing going on and the disease, right? And if you have any desire to know the power of this product, I would suggest you look at that study because it says some things there. In fact, one of the study's titles is the chemo preventative effects of Protandim. That's the title of the study. So next slide. This will show you, so here's the Vitality Stack. So you should know you get to choose kind of what level you want to go after this. Kind of like I said earlier, some people are just choosing to maybe be a little picky on their menus. Some people are going to the point where they're growing all of their food, right? And so you get to do the same thing here. You can kind of start Protandim Nerve 2, it's $41 plus shipping. Or if you want like the best of the best activation, cell activation, it's our Vitality Stack. All right, next slide. We took the science of Protandim and we have brought it into other product lines for specific health goals. So we target health at the cellular level. That's going to always be the heartbeat of this company, is cellular health, because if you can get that right, so much other stuff goes on, good for your body. But maybe some people have goals for better skin. They don't like honestly, I can say, I'm seeing it now in the mirror, I can see the difference at 47, right, in the skin, right? Your skin's one of the more visible spots where you see aging, and we have a whole product line with Nerve 2 science there, cellular activation. We have it for our animals. The reason animals die faster than humans is they burn more calories, period, more free radicals, right, shorter lifespans. We have an energy line for mental clarity, and I use it before workouts. Instead of the junky stuff that I was taking before workouts. And we have also a weight management line for those that have goals of trying to lose a few inches and doing it the right way with some healthy stuff. So just know we have those varieties and they're all rooted with this Nerve 2 science. So I know that we can talk all day, but this is a stronger visual. For some reason, this is what people remember. That's what Nerve 2 activation looks like when you do it right, okay? And don't play around with what other people would claim is Nerve 2 activation without science and without proof, all right? Do another one. This is a spelling test in a week apart. This is from the horse's mouth, this is from the mother. I called the mother, or I called the doctor who treats the patient and the mother, right? So 9 years old, taking Protandim and Axio, and that's a spelling test 7 days apart. Not that the spelling's wrong, but look at the handwriting and concentration. Okay, next slide. Our weight management working, that's 90 days, this is 6 months. So obviously we've got some stuff that might be exciting or beneficial outside of the Vitality Stack and outside of Protandim. Right. Next slide. So I want to just bring up, this is rehearsed, not rehearsed, kind of, where's Brett? Brett, there's Brett, come on through. And we met again, so We went earlier, now we meet again, right? So I asked Jill to kind of set this up a little bit. I just want Brett to share with you guys a little bit what he's experiencing with the product. So, how long you been on it?
Okay, so I guess Gabe got me on it back in March or April
Okay.
of last year.
Of last year.
Right.
All right. And so tell us a little bit about maybe why you got on it, why you're still on it.
Okay, so first of all, I'll give you a little back history. I've been an athlete my whole life, football, wrestling, abused my body most of my life, and I was like, well, it's probably not good enough, so I need to abuse a little more. So I joined the sheriff's office, joined the SWAT team, and I did undercover, K-9, I did everything. Well, after a while, it's a massive abuse on my body, so, and lifting weights. So I had hernia operation, I guess, in my early 30s. With that hernia operation, this is way before Protandim, I just noticed that the healing process took forever. I was in a lot of pain. It took a long time to get back to the gym. Well, fast forward 17 years later, last year, I'm 47 years old, 48 now, 48, so 47 years old.
71 baby.
Yeah. So I started taking Protandim surgery on my right side. Well, it's crazy. I was on Protandim, I was on the Vitality Stack, and my healing process, I went from several weeks of being in massive pain, barely being able to walk. 6 days after I had this surgery, I'm walking around. I was literally at the gym. My doctor told me, don't go to the gym. I gotta go to the gym. It's driving me crazy. Don't go to the gym yet. 2 weeks into it, I was at the gym going really light. So I saw firsthand the experience that Protandim and Vitality Stack had in my health. That's just absolutely amazing to me for being someone who's been really, I mean, I take care of myself, but I'm also very hard on myself in athletics and sheriff's office. So
Awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, you know, it can be something like Brett's story. I'm sure if I asked the group, there's dozens of amazing stories out here about this product. But when I saw this study, this is the highlighted study from the National Institute on Aging. The significance of this, guys, just a couple things. This study was almost 17 years in the making, which is in itself. If someone comes out with a product today and they want this kind of proof, it would take 17 years of study before we would actually know what we got, okay? So number one, if you just look at what they were trying to do, guys, how extending lifespan, does that sound good to anybody?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not trying to live to 100 in a wheelchair, but if I can go to 100 hard, is that good? If you can go to 100 hard, are you good with that? That's what I want. Like, I want to go to 100 hard, right? So we're not talking like extending life and being crippled. We're talking like shopping when you're 100, right? We're talking maybe fishing when you're 100. I'm down with that, right? The other thing is delaying disease. I bet you're all okay with that, right? Everybody's okay with delaying disease. And that's what they were trying to find. And they studied a bunch of stuff. They studied a bunch of ingredients that were supposed to be really good, and they are good. But what they found is that Protandim is not one of 10 or one of 20. It's the only natural supplement that they've tested that's proven to increase lifespan. Guys, when I saw this, I like couldn't sleep. Like, I was taking screenshots because I was sure the company wasn't going to allow us to show this because it's that powerful of a statement. And so this is unbelievable stuff. And so when I saw this study, guys, we had already reached a level of success in this company. And to be honest with you, this came out in 2016. We were Pro 10s for years by then. We were good, okay? But I kicked it up another notch as a distributor when this came out because I knew my time was running short. Because I knew once enough people found out about this, my ability to expand my global reach with our organization was shrinking every day. And so we got in another gear of activity when this thing came out. And so that's what I kind of want to talk to you guys about. So let me transition a little bit when I say talk to you about the business side of this thing. Because people, when we start talking money, people get a little weird sometimes about money. And so I just want to make sure we're all like the same, okay? You guys might appreciate this. I'm from Louisiana, and there's a little inside joke that north of I-10 is not Louisiana, but stick with me on this. You guys seen the show Duck Dynasty? It's kind of like, it's That's not what Louisiana's all about, but they are from Louisiana. But I love Cy. He's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching once. Anyway, they're on Barbara Walters. And she's interviewing this family because the family's worth $80 million. Okay, $80 million for these guys just to have a reality show. Well, they do have a pretty successful business, but they asked Cy, what's it like to be worth $80 million? And he said, I'll tell you this. I've been poor and I've been rich. Rich is better. Pretty good, right? Let's just leave it at that. Okay? Or, you know, I ask people, would you rather have more money or less? And it's more. Would you rather have it sooner or later? And it's sooner. Okay? That's all this is, guys. If you are a person that thinks like that, then you're always open to opportunities. You're always looking. Because if you're not, then you're going to miss some things. And thank goodness I was open at a time in my life when I probably shouldn't have been open. Like most people would have maybe been doing something other than looking at opportunities then. Like just staying in their bedroom and crying about everything, right? So fortunately I was open and we looked at this. And here's what I know. Most everybody trades time for money at some level, whether it's an hourly wage or even if you're commissioned, even if you're a salesman, you have to go out and sell to get paid, right? And so when I ask people, who in the room would be interested? I want you to raise your hand, okay? Who in the room would be interested to work an hour and get paid for 5? Who wouldn't? Who doesn't want to work an hour and get paid for 5? It means you get to do kind of what you want for the other 4, right? If you're not working, you kind of do what you want. So that's what I want to show you. That's what I'm going to talk to you guys about for the next couple minutes. Because there is a way to leverage your time. It's a way to recreate yourself. Because all of you that are business owners, or if you're trading time for money, if you could reproduce yourself, then while the other self was working, you could be doing whatever you want, right? And so that's what this business is about, and that's what I didn't understand. I thought network marketing was about selling things to your friends. And that's when it's done wrong. That's when it's done wrong. Really, network marketing is just like this place, okay? If I'm ever in Jacksonville and I've got some free time and I want to come hang out at a cool place, I might come right here once I've experienced it, right? If you have a good time, it's easy for you to share, right? We've got some friends that are heading over to Greece in a couple months. We were just there. I know what wine, I went to the winery, I know what wine they should drink. I know my favorite restaurants, and I know the hotel that has the best deal overlooking the most amazing sunsets in Santorini. And I just gave him the list, and he didn't doubt me for a second. He's like, okay. And what do you think the chances are they're going to drink that wine, eat that restaurant, and stay at that hotel? Pretty high, right? That's what we do, right? We do that every day, but we're never compensated in any way, okay? And if you do this business the same way, where you're not looking for compensation, you're only looking to pour value into people's lives, and it's up to them to decide if they participate. I don't care if my friend drinks the wine, goes to the restaurant, I don't care. I did my part, right? And so that's what this business is. Let's go to the next slide. So, as I said, the company, this ABC Primetime was in 2005. It started in 2003 on the shelves of GNC. Some of you guys go, well, why this? Why not just sell it retail? They tried that. It didn't work miserably. We started in this business model in 2009, which arguably the worst economy in our lifetime, right? Besides the Great Depression, right? And in our first year, we did 12 million. Our second year, 30-something million? 39 million. Then 125 million, and then 200 million. 0 to 200 million in the worst economy in your lifetime. Something's going on, right? Very good decision to do what we did, all right? Publicly traded, we're on the NASDAQ now. I mean, guys, what we started with and what we look like today, man, what an amazing thing we have today to offer to our networks and to people like yourselves. You don't just invite yourself to the NASDAQ, you have to earn your way to the NASDAQ. And if you go look at our trends lately, and it's 52-week period, the low was around $3, the high was around 16 or 17, and we're around 14 and a half right now, okay? Don't you wish you bought it 3? That's what everybody's thinking. When we started, the stock was 22 cents. 22 cents. when we started?
17 for us.
17? That was that 5 weeks I missed. See? It's still getting me. It's still getting me. Go to the next slide. Here are the countries now. We're not a U.S. opportunity. Some of you, maybe I got to talk to previously. Spain's not on here. I need to adjust this. We just launched in Spain. We were there together, right? An amazing time in Spain. And these are the countries that you can do business as a customer or a distributor. And these are the countries that you can do business as a customer. But all of these soon will be updated to full-blown opportunities. And this is just the beginning. And so I can't tell you guys, as an entrepreneur, how exciting it is to be able to have a global business. When I got started in this, I dreamed of just having business all over Florida. In fact, if you guys want to know what drove us, like Gabe talks this story about us running, what drove us is we got in the business and had no distributors. And we drove to Jacksonville for a meeting. I drove past the Marriott, didn't I? That's the same Marriott, right? And I walk into this Marriott, and there's over 100 people in the room. And I told my wife, I'm like, we missed it. It's late. It's like really late. And we went home and worked like crazy because we just thought Gabe and Jill was going to own everything. So, thank you for that meeting, for everything. And there were other people. Were you at that meeting? Who else was at that meeting that way back? Was there any others at that meeting? All right, so yeah, we got a few in the room that were at that meeting. And so to have a global business is kind of hard to explain, but I can tell you this. If anybody's ever done business globally, it's hard because not only do you have supply problems, you have legal problems. The company takes care of all of that for you here. And it's unbelievable the reach you can get with this opportunity just by opening your mouth and sharing information. We use a system today that people with busy lifestyles are able to still do the business. I do a lot of my business with my cell phone today. In fact, the majority of my business is done with my cell phone, whether it's a call, a text. We do stuff on social media, and the company also provides us an app, and the app is ever improving. For the distributors, side note, if you haven't seen the latest update, it's really good, really, really good. So we have a system that literally you can run a business. I wouldn't say at a stoplight, even though that's what everybody else is doing on their cell phone, right? Don't do that. But when you're picking up the kids in the car line for 30 minutes, you got 30 minutes that you can be running a global business. When you're waiting on other people and just, instead of scrolling on Facebook, if you'll just send a few invites out, you can build a global business with this business. Right? How do you get started? There's 4 ways to get started in the company. You can get started on a business pack, which is our least expensive way. I shouldn't say expensive because none of it's expensive. Who's owned a business before at any level? Okay, a few business owners. I won't ask what the initial investment was, but I know it was more than $1,000. Okay, maybe 100,000. If it was McDonald's, it was $1 million. Right? You guys know that fast food's like $500,000, usually $1 million for fast food. So our biggest pack, the platinum packs, is $1,250. Right? $1,250. It's our biggest savings that you get when you sign up there. It's a lot of the products that we have, and it's designed to help you launch your business. And if you ask a lot of the people who are earning a good income with LifeVantage, surprisingly you will hear a consistent answer to what pack did they sign up on. It's almost always the largest pack at the time. So I would encourage you, if you're looking at this from a business standpoint, that you come in on the platinum or the gold, because that's really a pack that lets you launch the business. The others will have a little product, and the starter kit, no product. But just want you to know, no one should not do this business because of their financial situation. There's no one in this room that can't sign up tonight financially, for sure. There's an option for you if you see something you like, all right? Go to the next one. How do we get paid? This looks kind of crazy. I think it's too many words on one sheet, and that's why we won't spend too much time there. We make money 2 ways. When customers come into our network and when distributors come into our network. That's it. That's how we make money. Right? There's a bunch of different bonuses. Just know that we get paid weekly and monthly. The weekly bonuses are at 30 and 40% commissions, right? And our monthly bonuses is kind of why I'm still in this business. Because making money, if you really have a drive, is not hard to do, okay? If you will just give someone a good service or just do what you say you're gonna do, people amazingly will pay you, right? But the problem is at some point, you want a little bit of freedom or you need more money and you end up in this time issue. And so the residual piece is why I got excited about this business. So let me show you, I'm just gonna key in, go to the next slide. I'm gonna key in on just one bonus. It's a portion of our residual income, right? And earlier I asked you, who would like to work an hour and get paid for 5, right? And so I'm gonna show you right now how to do that, right? Out of this example. So what you're looking at is obviously levels 1 through 4. These percentages is the payout in our unilevel, residual payouts. These are people, right? Amount PV, that's volume, personal volume. I'll explain it a little bit. You see it's consistent, 200, and you see some different incomes, okay? So here's what I want you to envision to make this simple. It's ironic that we're probably talking to a bunch of people that are health conscious, but I'm going to talk about McDonald's for a second. Because I'm not going to be the only liar in here. I've eaten the French fries. And ironically, they taste the same in Jacksonville as they do in Bradenton, and New Orleans, and San Francisco. They taste the same because it's the same product at the same temperature, right? And they come out tasting the same. Same amount of time. Same temperature, same amount of time. What happens if it's a different temperature and it's a different time? Do they taste the same? No, that's those dark brown French fries that you don't eat. Okay? So we have a system just as simple. I think it's even more simple than that. Do you think the same person is frying French fries at all those locations, or is it a different person? Of course, it's ridiculous. It's a different person. Any one of you, we could train how to fry French fries in a matter of minutes because it's literally like, dump this, put it in there, when the buzzer goes off, take it out, right? And they taste the same. If you don't do that in this business, you won't make money. You'll have to burn French fries, okay? But if you stick to a simple system where everybody's doing the same thing, the results yield the same. And so we came into the business on a very simple system. I got shown a video. I watched the video. It didn't make a bunch of sense to me, so I had questions. She said, you need to talk to someone. So I got on a phone call. I talked to someone. I got my questions answered. I signed up. Do you know how I became a pro tenant? Put people on a video. When they had questions, we put them on a phone call. Some of them signed up. Over and over and over. So we did that. We found 5 people. We found more, but let's just use 5. We found 5 people that would show people videos and get their questions answered. Okay? They were using the product and they had a few customers. So just imagine this is their personal use of product and some of their customers, their moms, their dad, their brothers, right? As customers. Right? And that yielded us $20 in commission. All right? And remember 2009, I lost millions of dollars? What do you think I thought when I got my first $12 check? Well, yeah, that's why I don't do these things, right? What I didn't know at the time is the compound effect. I was just used to hard work. That's all I saw my whole life. I saw my grandfather work hard, saw my mom work hard, my dad work hard, and we lived okay, we lived good. But I never really saw compounding, right? When you can teach 5 people how to fry French fries, that means they can teach 5. And now you got 25 people frying French fries, okay? And now when I got 25 people frying French fries, and they're serving the same product, now I'm making $250 plus the 20, $270. And then I show those 25, the same process. I tell these 25 people, don't get crazy. Show the same video. When they got questions, don't answer them. Put them on the phone with somebody. Don't get crazy on me. Let's not do the French fries 10 minutes. Let's do them 7. Okay? And then we get 125 people. And at 125 people, now I'm making 2,200 plus the 200 plus this. Do you guys know this is what new school teachers are making? That's almost 30 grand. That's what people are making that go through college with debt. And we're doing that with 155 people. And we're doing that in months, not years. Okay? And if we can get 5, we can get this, we can do this, and the process continues. This is not a problem if you can show the 5. And now the number's bigger. This is $100,000 a year. When you have about what, roughly 800, a little less than 800 people in your group, showing a video and getting their questions answered, you can make $100,000 a year? Is that possible? It's definitely possible. All right, next slide. This is what it looks like. And I know it's kind of blurry, maybe for the back of the room. This is our income earnings statement. It's kind of where the rubber hits the road. So, where's Kathy? Where's Kathy? Will you come up here? I asked Kathy to come up and talk about the business side, her business side of the experience with the business, because I know a lot of people, when I talk to them after these presentations, think that we had some weird circumstance. Like, did you do this before? Or were you a salesman? Or, my first database had 20 names, and I told my cousin that's all. I just know 20 people. Like, what I was really saying is, I'm only going to tell you about them. That's what I was really saying, right? And so, tell us when you signed up. When was that? You already told us. October?
Yeah, I signed up in October.
And then you got going in January.
I did.
You know what I love about that? I'm not going to go off into the weeds, but everybody has that story. Everybody has. I signed up here, and this is when we got going. We did too. We signed up in October. I didn't get going until January after the league had it.
Really?
About 4 months after I was in.
Better, Brandon.
Yeah, about 4 months after I was in, that's when we pinned our ears back.
Yeah.
Right? And so why'd you join?
Well, the girl who, friend of mine who
We know
signed
someone
me
threw some
up,
Axio at you.
That's honest to God, that's what did it. I was
Okay.
dragging around, I own a home decor and gift store here in Jacksonville Beach. I've had it for almost 8 years. And she was at my store and I was just like, oh God, this afternoon's going on forever. And she said, she threw it on the counter and she said, try this. And I said, what is this? She says, it's our brain food. And I go, what? And she said, it's our energy brain food. She goes, just take it. I'm like, okay, you know. And I was zipping around the store
What
that
flavor was
afternoon.
it? Do you remember?
It was dragon fruit.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Dragon fruit.
Yeah. And but really, that's what did it. And then I was like, what is that you gave me? And she told me, and she goes, why don't I just let's meet for coffee and I'll tell you about it. And that's, I mean, that was it, honestly. Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you got in. But why are you still here? Because it's not because of the dragon fruit. I know.
I'm still here because of the science, honest to God, and the health benefits from these products. Clearly, I want to make some money. Like I said, I own a home decor store. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Amazon. It's been a little bit of a problem. We now have Amazon Home. It's become even more of a problem. My business is currently for sale, if anyone's interested. Sadly true. Yeah, it's just been a real challenge over the last couple of years, seeing it progressively sales go down. And so I've started my online store once again, and it's just been a challenge. So clearly, the money aspect was an opportunity for me, but I would have never joined this business. And I've told some of my friends and distributors who are here, had it not been for the science behind these products. I find it fascinating. I find it so fulfilling. I think it's amazing that we're able to actually help people with their health. And I feel very blessed and honored that I became part of the company.
So you recently hit Pro 3.
I did.
So last question. How did you get the Pro 3? Like, what? You have this store. That's a lot of hours.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Is it more than 40 hours?
God, yes.
More than 40
Yes,
hours.
it is.
So how in the world did you get the Pro 3 when you own a business and just a little snapshot?
Yeah, no, I just this, I talk about it. I had a couple of people like Diane do, my distributor here, who's my girl, and I knew her from before and knew she had her own business. So being an independent business owner, I hate to say it, but I like talking to people who have their own businesses because they understand how difficult it can be there's one girl, my girl Nairi. Where are you, Nairi? Back there. She was a customer in my store. And I do. I have to be a little careful about it, but she came into the store one day and she goes, "How are you doing, Kathy?" And I said, "Girl, I am so good." And she said, "What?" And I said, "Well, I have just started with a publicly traded company and the health and wellness, and the rest is history." She goes, "What?" And I go, "Well, I'll tell you about it if ever you're interested." And she goes, "I'd love to hear." And I go, "Seriously?" And we talked about it, and so I love sharing it. I'm working on my family still, which is a real challenge for me. It just breaks my heart because
Don't
they
spend too
need
much
it.
time there, trust me. Trust me, don't spend too much time there.
So anyway, I hope that helps.
Thank you very much.
You've inspired your heart.
Yeah, I got family members that are still going, "Is that thing still working?" And I'm like, "I'm on my boat. What is wrong with you?" So anyway, I love having those stories shared because you can see just the authenticity, what it is, and that we can do this. All of you can do this. The ranks are here. These are just to show you some averages. These are average incomes of these ranks. Somewhere in here, I tell people, because sometimes I talk to people that make a lot of money, and they're like, "I just don't know." And I'm like, I don't care who you are. At some point, this is worth your time. At some point, $500 is worth. I mean, that's a solid side gig. Do you guys know Uber is worth, I think, $80 billion, like an $80 billion evaluation. The average Uber driver makes less than $300 a month. A company is worth $80 billion by a bunch of people making less than $300 a month. If that doesn't make you want to run out of this room. Guys, you can sign up with us tonight and not have to drive strangers around town. And make $250 a month, okay? Show the video, share some product, all right? And then somewhere in here, is income replacing, whether it's $5,000 a month. The elites are, if you're an elite distributor, why don't you stand up? Would you just get recognized if you're an elite distributor? Stand up. Give them a hand. So the elite distributors are averaging around $11,000 a month, and there's different ranks in here. There's Pro 8s here. There's are there any Pro 9s here? Any Pro 9s? I know we have a breakdown.
Donna would have been.
Yeah. I know Donna is. I just didn't know anybody else that jumped in. So, and you got a couple Master Pro 10s in the room that have never done this business before, that built it without a lot of support. I won't say we didn't have any support because we supported each other one way or another, right? And so there's something in here for all of you at some level to participate with this thing. So next slide. So here's what I would suggest that you do. Think about companies like these guys. 10 years ago, most of you were not on Facebook. Who had a Facebook account 10 years ago? Okay. That's okay, cool. Put your hand up if you had an account 10 years ago. Who has an account now? There you go. You see that? You guys see that? Okay. Who bought product from Amazon 10 years ago? Who? Wait, don't let Kathy see. Who bought this month from Amazon? Right? Instagram the same way. WhatsApp same way. You guys know this company was purchased for $19 billion? Okay. What's the point? The point is not many people knew of these companies, and now they're multi-million-dollar companies and organizations, and someone made a lot of money. That's the point. Not many people know about Nerve2 activation. Few less know about nutrigenomics, and even less know about LifeVantage, how you can take advantage of that science financially. That's my point. So here's what you do. Next slide. Just get with the person that invited you here and become a customer if you care about your health. I shared with you a number of the different products that you can get. And if you see the value as a business, get an ID number. And this is how simple this business is. Get an ID number tonight, all right? And don't leave here without the link to the video to share, okay? The person who invited you here tonight has the link. They have a link for you. all right? And share that link with as many people as you can share. Between now, when's the next meeting? When's the next meeting? Is there one a week, 2 weeks? Where are we at?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, there's one. Who's got a Zoom this week?
Every Monday night.
Every Monday night, there's a Zoom. Okay, so here's what you do. Get an ID number, because that's the only way we can pay you. If you don't get an ID number, we can't pay you. All right? Get an ID number, we can pay you. Get the link to the video and show it to as many people as you can. This is all we did. I didn't have time to get crazy. All I had time to do is to call someone and send videos. And when someone has a question, get them on that Zoom Monday night. That's all you have to do. Okay? Get an ID number, get the link, get on the Zoom. That's what you do and you'll start earning money. Teach people how to do that. Fry the French fries, and they'll show up here with a big group of people the next time I come up. This was awesome. This was fun. Let me give this back to Gabe. Maybe you got some closing announcements. Thank you guys.
Simplicity, right? That was his message tonight. That's how simple the business is. You just have to understand that this industry is a different model than traditional business. And once you separate the two, and if you're teachable and coachable, like Brandon said, he was, I was, we became industry leaders now. I mean, Master Pro 10s, if you look at the income statement on what Master Pro 10s make, I mean, we're the highest income earners in the industry. Forget about LifeVantage. And you've got a couple of them right here going to help you get your business off the ground. So in a baseball analogy, that's like starting on second base, right? What's the object? To score, right? A little bit easier to score when you're on second than it is when you're in the dugout trying to figure out what bat you want to use. Okay? So I just understood the science, I checked the validity box, and I just learned how to become a professional in this industry, and it retired me in 22 months. And that was, now it's nearly 8 years ago. So I want to bring Kathy back up. A big hand for Kathy and Kara for right? Can't wait to bring my wife here on a Friday or Saturday night and listen to some great music. We have a couple more raffles we want to give away, and then we will be here to answer any of your questions. Just do what Brandon said. If you want what he has, do what he did. Get yourself a LifeVantage ID number. Get the link to the video. Start sharing it. Put people on the Monday night webinar. Can you all do that?
Yes.
That's how simple it is. You don't need it complicated. Thank you so much, Brandon. Really
Yes, thank you, Brandon. Cunningham. What a treat, everyone. So for the guests who are still here, I'm going to just dig in the little jar here. We have another bottle of our NRF1 Synergizer. This is going to go to Kathy Marvin. Yay! This is my girl. Thank you. I did not plan that, I promise. I promise. The next is Suzanne Carney.
Oh, there you go.
Who's Suzanne? Suzanne, you get a jar of our brand new prebiotic, right? Which has been back ordered. I don't even have mine yet, so this is a good one. And then lastly, thanks to Gabe Pearson, we have a super cool LifeVantage shirt. It's a girl's size or lady size XL, which looks really small. I don't even know what that means because it's really small. So, but this is going to go to Susan Rizzo.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Susan, congratulations. Guys, we've got some appetizers we're going to put out. Feel free to enjoy another glass of beer or wine, hang around and talk to Brandon or Gabe. And again, thank you so much. I know a lot of you came from different places, so any questions, let us know. And everyone have safe travels home. Thank you so much.